Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in Southwest Florida and we are staying at a place that we just kind of saw when we drove past visiting my sister. We're down in Port Charlotte, Charlotte Harbor, and we're staying at the Sunseeker Resort and Sun Suites. So let's go take a look around. Here we are just past the entryway. As you can see, it does have a really nice overhead light, and I do apologize for the buzz, but Gary's standing right under the AC vent as he films this. One of the interesting things about this is you do have a master switch right by the front door, so you can mark privacy if you'd like. You can turn the lights on and off. Let's see. Too fast, guys.
Push the bright button.
Alright, now we're gonna go bright. There we go. And you can do bright, medium, or sleep. They also have, if you want to service the room, you can mark that, and then I think you can just put on the entrance. So that is what the controls are right by the door. It is a fairly long hallway that does have a little bit of a closet over here to the left, and then we do have this lovely full-size mirror, which honestly, I kind of like. Over here in the walkway, we have our closet, which has 2 robes, which was way better than Margaritaville did. It does have like a motion sensor light inside. You've got 2 laundry bags, an iron, an ironing board, and what I can only assume is maybe the security box or your lock, and then a luggage rack as well. So that's really nice. Next up, we're gonna go take a look at the bathroom. Over here, just a little further down in the hallway, but before you get to the closet, is the bathroom, and it does have a barn sliding door. There are motion activated lights underneath the cabinet down here, so that is kind of nice. So if you don't want to turn off all the lights, but you just want the light to come on, just make sure you don't hit master off, because if you do, it won't come on at night. Just a little legit tip there. Now, this bathroom is fairly large, doesn't have like a little partition, which honestly, that doesn't really bother me. I guess maybe if you have a family or whatever, that might, but for us, it worked just fine. Toilets over here, you've got a towel bar here. There are 2 hooks on both sides of the wall to hang your towels, which is pretty important, especially since this place has 2 pools, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Does have a double vanity, which I think that is key at most hotels. I hate having just one sink. Down here is where you're going to find your extra towels, hair dryer, and like I mentioned, nice, beautifully lit mirror. And then we have a shower. We both jumped in there last night, and I have to say the shower pressure was really good. It got nice and hot. I thoroughly enjoyed this shower, a lot better than the Margaritaville one. So if you guys want to check that video out, maybe go over there after this one, because that one was awkward. You only had like the weird glass and not a full door, so the water got everywhere. But this one, you had a really nice door, kept all the steam in, and I really enjoyed the shower. Next up, we're gonna go check out the bedroom. Here we are in the main part of the room. We have a wall switch back here. This controls the air conditioning and the fan speed for the air conditioning, not the overhead ceiling fan. If you wanna control the overhead ceiling fan, you can do that right here. And again, this switch looks just like the one by the door from here over. The only difference is this side is the entrance instead of the ceiling fan. I do like the color scheme though. It's very beachy, very tropical. Looking over to the bedside, we have matching side tables and matching side sconces, and there are overhead lights for the bed as well. You do have plugs and USBs, as well as a control for the overhead light on both sides, and they quite literally match identical. And there are drawers on both sides of the bed, which we're not staying here that long, but maybe next time we might stay a little longer. So sometimes it's nice to just kind of unpack some of your stuff. Over here to the right-hand side, you've got a little bench where you can store some luggage or bags or anything like that. We do have a Keurig and an ice bucket, which does have the lovely sanitary little bag, which we did not have at Margaritaville. You're gonna hear a lot of comparisons because we just got back from that stay, and that's the one that's freshest in my mind. They do give you 2 bottles of water every day as long as you get housekeeping. I think you could go downstairs and get your daily bottle of water if you didn't want housekeeping. You do have 2 cups as well, a Keurig machine, as well as a lot of little coffee pods down in here. You do also have a mini fridge, which we currently have my meds up in, which is always nice, especially if you're someone who travels with medication that needs to be cold. We do have some drawer space if you wanted to unpack. They're not very deep and they're not very big, but good enough that if you just wanted to unpack for a few days and not feel like you were traveling, you could definitely utilize this. It is a very large work area, but the part where the chair fits in is a little bit short. You do have a little bit of a light over there, and it looks like it does have 2 plugs. I don't see any USBs, but the phone to call down for any services is located over there as well. One of the nice things I do like is that the TV is very big for this room. A lot of times, even in nicer rooms, the TVs are rather small, and I can appreciate having a nice big TV to just unwind to at the end of a long day. Next up, we're gonna go take a look at the view and what the room looks like from this side. As I mentioned, this is kind of on the back side of the room. We do have a really big window, which is really nice, and actually it's clean. I can't tell you how many times we've stayed at resorts and it's definitely got a layer of dust and dirt because they haven't window washed them in a long time. But this window is nice and clean. We don't have much of an overall view. We've got the front check-in over here to the right, and if you stand on this side and you look out this way, you can see majority of the pool out there, which is pretty nice. That's my blood sugar telling me I'm a little bit on the high side. But overall, this view's not bad. The other view that you could get is the river on the other side, which will show you what that view looks like from kind of around the hotel itself. We do have another little cuck chair in the corner with a light, but that's pretty much this side of the room. So next up, let's go take a look around the resort.
Here's our view for today. Just hanging out in the room. Look how far you can see. That's one of the cool things about Southwest Florida. If you get to a high elevation, you can see. Yeah, I do wonder how far you can actually see. I guarantee it's at least like 20 miles. You can just kind of see forever. We're not even that high either. We're sort of midway up on the building. You see they got at least 2 more stories, 3 more stories above us. Made it to Sunseekers. Wow, they have a whole food hall. That's fascinating. We're going to check that out in a little bit. We're going to the left where we check in. Checking out the hallways. So we shouldn't be too far, hopefully. This is what a hallway looks like. It's bright. Coral kind of color. It's like a coral white. They have an ice dispenser on each floor. Here's what she looks like. And this is supposed to actually be a water machine with the cold water, room temperature water. It seems like they removed it for some reason here though. That's our ice machine on the 4th floor. Gonna check out the spa and fitness area. So fitness looks like to our right. Oh, there's the wedding and bridal suite. Wow. Sales and catering goes up here. Here's where the chill area is. Got some seats. You got some snackies. And then you got some nice chairs to hang out on. Now we gotta wait for the massage people to come. Made it to the massage room. Here's what they look like. This is the duo massage room. If it's one, it's about half the size. There's Nacy, but we're getting ready for our massage. Oh, there's the shower over there. Fancy. One last look at our massage room. This is a great massage we'll talk about in a little bit. Heading back to the fitness center. Looks like you got some good views back here. Wait for it. Start on this side. We got some workout balls, the disc things. I'm not really sure what you do with those other than like balance stuff, but let me know in the comments if you know. Weight, obviously. Got towels, and then this is the coolest thing, y'all. There's bikes, Stairmasters, 5 ellipticals, a couple weight things and a row machine. But that view, look at this view, y'all. This is your view while you're working out. This cannot be beat view-wise. Holy moly. Look at that. Gorgeous. You know, you can probably see dolphins and stuff out here too, sometimes of the year. This is behind the corner. There's another weight machine. A couple weight machines back there.
This is really nice.
Yeah, this is a really nice gym. The room does keep going to the right, so there are a ton of treadmills. There's 8 treadmills. Oh, these bad boys. You got some weight balls too back here in this far back corner. Another water station. That actually gives you chilled water or room temperature water. There's an exercise area back here for some of the classes. And then there's just a bunch of machines and free weights back in this area. This is impressive, yo. Look at all these free weights. You get multiple racks. Check out all these weight machines. I mean, this is impressive. Look at this. Butterfly machine. Man, this is really, really cool, y'all. And another class back here. They got a spin class. I've never been to a spin class. Always wanted to. Maybe I'll try to get one of these years. And a ton of machines over here, too. And there's a guy working out, but wow. These are impressive, y'all. Right by the parking garage is their Sundries store. It's got, wow, it's got a decent amount. It's got some clothes in here. Huh? Not too bad on the groceries, but a lot of other stuff. It is really breezy today, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. Pool, bar, outdoor yard games, event meeting, edge meeting spaces. All these strange meeting spaces. It's closed for now, so I'm guessing they're refurbing them. Those are like meeting spaces. I wonder what that means. Made it out to the pool. They have a shop out here in case you need anything. There's the pool. Straight in the distance. Look at this pool, y'all. It's massive. This is the free pool downstairs. Now there is a second pool upstairs that's adult only, and you have to do a $25 food and beverage credit if you go up there. They also have cabanas you can rent by this pool, which they can either do in the front desk or out here. That's what it looks like. There's the Reflections bar. It's right across from the pool, which is right here. Looks really nice. It's a little like cabana-esque bar. If you want to know what the resort looks like from the outside, that's a pretty good shot of it. Yeah, that's pretty much the resort. Checking out the half-craft tiki bus shack. Is this the seafood and steak place? And there is a live band that we're checking out tonight. Got the crab dip. We'll give it a try. So I got the crab cake, I got the salmon grilled. Macy got the grouper, fries, and mixed vegetables, which is just asparagus. You have to ask her about that one. Made it down to the food hall. We're gonna just do a walk around and see what they got. First one is Saddle Creek Grill. The Saddle Creek Grill looks like burgers, fries. We have the ultimate tasting board, so like a charcuterie place with cheeses and stuff. We have the Charlotte Parlor, which has crepes, gelato. We got an Asian kitchen with some sushis. Kinderhook, which is fine fresh seafood. Okay. Arizo, which is craft pizza. Sweet Shine, which is patisserie and dessert bar. Yeah, I just said that one. What do you think of it so far? What's that?
It's interesting.
Kind of reminds me of like the Little Italy place and MGM.
Yeah, and the remember that new casino that they opened, the Durango, how they had that food court?
Yeah.
Kind of makes me think of that one too.
So we got Tequila Porto, which is a coastal cantina. I think we're gonna try the gelato. We went down to the food court, got some more food court. We got the gelato last night, which was pretty tasty. Went to the sushi place, got some dumplings. We got a Cuban sandwich, and then we got a chicken salad, which the lady at the shop said that was really good. Looks tasty.
It does look tasty.
We'll let you know what we think at the end. Stay tuned. Made it to the rooftop pool area. Here's what our view looks like. It's not a bad view, but the overhang. There's the pool in the distance for the adults only. And there's a bar up there that we have access to. So you can come up here and hang at the bar. If you want to use the pool, you gotta pay. So there's the bar for you. side look from the pool. It's pretty big. Okay, that's the pool for you. Get in here and check it out. There's another smaller pool at this end. You go over here, there's another smaller pool. And then you have the end of that pool. Looking pretty good. It's bright up here though. Here's what the up top bar looks like during the sunset hours. It's pretty busy. For some odd reason the food is closed though, so they only have drinks. I'm guessing the food is only during lunchtime. Every time we go to these places, I'm always fascinated by the decisions that are made that make life more difficult for the people that are staying there. A little update on our trip to the Rooftop bar in the evening. So there's at least like 6 or 7 people work in this area. Yet we had to go to the bartender and finally get someone to come over here. They haven't served anybody. This party over here has been sitting here, hasn't been served yet either. There were people here who just left, people there that just left because no one came out here. It's a weird vibe. Like every place else seems pretty well run. This place, not so much though.
Well, also too, when I decided to go up to the bar to order a drink, so it was taking forever. So I went up to the bar and I was like, hey, can I get this drink, and then some food, but it was on the day menu, which I did not know. And he goes, oh, the kitchen is closed. And I was like, okay. And so I texted Gary back and I was like, looks like we'll have to go downstairs and get food or maybe DoorDash. And he's like, okay. Like, we'll just have our drink and we'll head out. While I was waiting for the drink, I heard somebody else ask about the food, and the server said, oh yeah, the day menu is over, but we do have a late night eat menu. And I was like, bartender didn't tell me that. He just told me the kitchen was closed. But clearly the kitchen isn't closed. They have a late night menu. And I'm guessing it's because they have to get it from downstairs. So.
Great customer service is what you're saying. Another development in this interesting night. So this is supposed to be the Tiki to Paradise, right? And this is Nacy's Tiki to Paradise. They look like 2 different drinks. This has a pineapple, this has a hibiscus and a lime. What in the baby Jesus?
What's going on?
This is a weird adventure. This is the weirdest place we've been so far.
Now, his Tiki to Paradise was really good.
Yeah, it was really tasty.
So I'm gonna see it. I can definitely taste the alcohol in this one, but it still tastes really good. It tastes like fruit juice.
We finally got the food. This is definitely from the Asian restaurant I had this afternoon. This looks like the chips from downstairs at the Mexican restaurant. And what'd you say about the chips and salsa?
It has no salt. Like,
nope.
And even the salsa doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't even taste canned.
The sushi's not bad. It's not great though. It's supposed to have like spicy mayo and stuff on it, and it does not. So it's not even made correctly. So that concludes our journey at Sunseeker. There's a little bit here on the conclusion, so it's going to take just a little bit because there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Overall, I will say the Sunseeker was a positive experience, so much so that we are going back in May.
Yeah, we've actually scheduled another visit to check the place out, and we're going to stay at a suite this time, so definitely check back in when that comes out. A lot of the pros, though, it is self-contained, so there's a lot of food. The food's good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. That's definitely a plus. And you got the pool, you got everything kind of self-contained, a spa. It's really nice.
I will say the staff there were actually pretty friendly. We got to experience the spa while we were there, and they were super helpful, very friendly. We actually got a same-day appointment, so if you actually live in the greater Port Charlotte area or you're visiting that area, definitely put Sunseeker on your list of either places to stay or go check out their spa, because we had a great time at the spa.
Yeah, like you said, the staff was really friendly. The spa was amazing too. Great staff there. The pool is really, really expansive, really nice to hang out in.
2 pools.
They got the Sundries, which was pretty well priced for a resort style. I feel like the biggest thing we can say about it is it's kind of like Vegas, but doesn't have the gambling. So if you like that Vegas sort of
vibe,
self-contained, casino-based stuff without the actual gambling, that's definitely what you're going to find at Sunseekers.
Which is interesting because the owners of Allegiant, which if you know Allegiant Stadium is in Las Vegas, is actually who are the current owners of Sunseeker. And I say current because we'll get into that in just a few seconds as to
what's really happening with Sunseeker.
Yeah, and the last couple pros, tons of deals. So definitely check online, look at those deals. If you're a local or you're even like a Georgia resident, there's actually deals for that. And then, of course, the gym was amazing. You saw that in the video.
Gosh.
That place was the best gym I think I've seen at a resort.
Yeah,
ever.
the only other place that I could compare that gym to was when we stayed at the Marriott in Tucson.
Yeah,
And that also had a pretty expansive gym, but that gym didn't have a view.
Yeah.
So this definitely tops it because you're right over the water and your views are spectacular. And they do fitness classes there. They have virtual classes there. As you guys can see, like the gym is huge and expansive and it's open 24 hours. So even though it's attached to the spa, you can still utilize it 24 hours a day.
So there are a couple cons. Now again, before we get to the cons, we are planning on staying there again. We really did like it, but there are some things we need to talk about. One thing is it's isolated. Like there's nothing around it. You'll see in the video where we left Sunseekers as well as when we were going there on the Braves game day. If you watch those two videos, you can kind of see what the surrounding area, there's nothing there. You're like 30 minutes from the nearest mall and it's really run down.
It's the Port Charlotte Mall for those of you who are wondering.
Yeah, we actually went there in another video. You can check that out. But it's really just like a small fishing town. I mean, the biggest attraction that I could find was about 30 minutes away. The largest fully nude strip joint in Florida is close by, but that's about it.
Yeah, I will say that does make it a little disappointing. It's nice in one sense to be isolated, but also if you're looking to do more shopping, more dining, more experiences, you're going to have to look a little bit harder. But if you're okay with just staying in the resort and you don't have a whole lot of plans, then it's probably going to be just fine.
They are planning on selling the property, so this could change, you know, whenever.
At any time.
They actually get it sold, so that's definitely a negative. There's paid parking there, which is weird. Again, it's not by anything. There's no reason to have paid parking, and it definitely deters the locals. On top of that, with the armed security that we saw 24/7, there was constantly guys with guns and stuff walking around. To us, made us feel a little less safe, and like, why is this such a danger?
And we grew up in Southwest Florida, so we're pretty familiar with the area, and we have family that still lives in the general vicinity of that resort. It's not a dangerous area by any means. However, just the constant security guards definitely was weird because like we went to the spa, they kind of followed us to the spa, they followed us out to the gym. It was just really weird to turn around, and it felt very Vegas-y in that sense of like having security follow us everywhere we went.
I agree. And the last thing, after 9 p.m. everything's closed. And as we talked about, it's isolated by itself, so the only thing you really have is fast food after 9 p.m., which is a little disappointing. It should be a nicer resort, should be opened a little bit later.
And some of the restaurants aren't open on Mondays.
Yes, and some of them aren't open on Wednesdays, so they have weird sort of mountain hours.
So definitely look into that as you're planning your week if you do decide to go there. But overall, we definitely enjoyed our time. Probably, I would say the most disappointing interaction that we had was when we went to the Rooftop bar and we tried to get rooftop drinks that night. It seemed like the wait staff just didn't want to be there. They didn't really want to be helpful. As you guys saw earlier in the video, like in one sense he said the kitchen was closed, but then they had a night tapas kind of menu, which wasn't great, but still, it was still food. So that part was a little disappointing. We are going to check out the Rooftop bar a little bit more extensively when we go back this next time because I do plan on spending some time upstairs in the adults only pool area just to kind of give it a feel, see if it's any different during the daytime, try the daytime food out, which we're pretty sure is from the restaurants downstairs. But we're going to give it our full go and we're going to try. We're also going to book a cabana next time and we're going to give the downstairs pool a full try that all out. So you definitely want to subscribe to the channel if you want to see those future videos.
And one last legit tip for you is that from locals, definitely check out that red tide schedule. It's located directly on the water. You don't really get it in this video, but it was starting to roll in towards the end of our visit. And when we were at the nighttime bar, that's what that weird trash smell was. It was red tide rolling in. So definitely a legit tip. Make sure to keep an eye on that if you plan on staying at this hotel. But otherwise, we hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel.
We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.